The Mini Metro. A triumph for British Leyland, a triumph for British engineering. We're fortunate to have one of these fantastic cars here in the studio with us. This is a Mini Metro. In fact, this is the last Mini Metro ever made. But the two-door hatchback has always had an inherent design defect. Having accommodated the nuclear family here within the car, the question arises, where do you put Granny? Frank Thompson, you're head of British Leyland Special Projects Division. How do you do?
Hello.
Now, how big a problem is this?
Well, whatever you call her, grandmother, granny, nanny, the deaf old bat in the attic. She's been the bane of the British motoring industry for the last 20 years.
But do you feel you've cracked the granny dilemma?
Well, I think we have, actually. If we could have a granny here, I think I could show you what we mean.
That could be arranged. Could we have the grannies, please?
So what we need to do, as soon as we've got them over, is choose one at random.
Right.
And perhaps we could have this one here, could we? This one here? Yes, can we have you, dear? Yes. Can we have you, dear? Yes, come on. There we are. And now my assistant's ready to fit her into the car over here. This will take a couple of minutes, obviously, so we'll let them get on with it.
While we're doing that, perhaps we could talk about the accommodation of grannies in the international sense.
Yes. Well, grannies in the international sense, I mean,
presumably the continental granny is basically metric.
Oh, well, yes. Well, I mean, we're still working with the standard imperial granny, obviously. But every country has its own problems. I mean, I'm thinking of the Italian granny, which can be huge. I mean, the Italian granny can be enormous. 50 or 60 kilos
really?
is not.
I imagine the Japanese granny.
Well, of course, the Japanese have got a flying start. I mean, they've managed to get their grannies down very small indeed. But I can hardly imagine that the Japanese family, the British family, is going to want a midget Japanese granny in the back of their car.
Right, let's see how we're getting on here.
Well, there we are. We managed to get one in here pretty well, just about, without any difficulty at all. And obviously, we've got the second one in there.
The second?
Yes. Well, we're obviously very much aware of the two granny families.
What about Granny's friends?
Well, Granny's friends. Granny's got dozens of friends who are constantly coming round for tea and Nicholas Parsons. And there's no problem about that. We fit one of them up here on the roof rack. We can sling another one across the bonnet here. Great. So that's lovely. That's lovely. All right. Can we sling this one across the bonnet? And perhaps we can have the spare up here. Great. If we have the spare up here, you see, we've got plenty of room here at the back for the spare. There we are, now. You see, isn't that great? So,
well, Frank, what a car.